in hope that the creation itself will be freed from its bondage to decay and brought into the freedom and glory of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation groans and suffers the pains of childbirth together until now. And not only this, but also we ourselves, having the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting eagerly for our adoption as sons, the redemption of our body. For in hope we are saved. But hope that is seen is not hope, for who hopes for what he already sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, with perseverance we wait eagerly for it. This is our hope. And this is also why in 2 Corinthians 5:7, Paul says we walk by faith, not by sight. For who hopes for what he already sees? The resurrection of the body is the hope of Christians. It's our hope of immortality. As Paul says, this is when we put on or are clothed with immortality. And when does this happen? When Jesus comes back. So Christ, also having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time for salvation apart from sin to those who eagerly await him. And that's what we just read in Romans 8. We're eagerly awaiting this expectation, this hope. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming in which all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and will come forth, those who have done good to a resurrection of life, those who have done evil to a resurrection of judgment. John 5:28-29. Where are they? In the tombs. Same thing here again. Many of those who sleep in the dust of the ground will awake, these to eternal life, but the others to disgrace and eternal contempt. Very basic. This is why we walk by faith. We walk by faith, not by sight. Because the spiritual reality of our resurrection life, which we have now, is not really seen and fully realized until Jesus returns and raises the dead. And we who are alive, Paul explains we're transformed to have a resurrection body if we're still alive when Jesus comes back. He talks about it at 1 Corinthians 15:50 and following. Now, why people want to just sort of ignore this, I don't know. It's very, very, very clear. Dust you are, to dust you shall return. That's why it's saying, many who sleep in the dust will awake. Jesus says those who are in their tombs will come forth. And that's also why it says when they crucified Jesus, it says, concerning the tomb, they laid Jesus there. It doesn't just say they laid a body there, like, your body is a possession, like your suitcase is a possession, and they put your body in a tomb. Or they put Jesus' body in a tomb, like it was a possession of his, but it's not him. No, it says they laid Jesus there.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why Jesus says, I was dead. Revelation 1:17. The result of dying is being dead. Being dead. But as Christians, our life is hidden in Christ. And that's why we walk by faith, not by sight. Our life doesn't disappear when we die. Because our resurrection life in which we walk is hidden in Christ. because we died in Christ. Therefore, we will be raised in Christ when He comes, and when we are raised from the dead. Our hope. God bless you. 220. Hello, everyone. Out there within the realm of the organized church system, there are a lot of doctrines and theologies about salvation. A lot of doctrines about salvation between various denominations, and they don't agree with each other, and there's a lot of disputing about it. In the end, people need to realize that God is not going to be judging on Judgment Day based on any of their favorite salvation doctrines. That's not how God is going to be judging. He's not going to be appealing to anybody's, personal favorite theology concerning salvation. And the Bible does tell us how God will judge. He's going to judge impartially and without favoritism. And the Bible tells us this a few times. And that means that God is going to be judging based on works. And that's quite apart from who you think you are. Who you are is really going to be based on the works you did. And if you think about that, when we talk about someone at their funeral, we talk about who they are is based on the story of what they have done, isn't it? And when we're talking about, who they are, if someone's given a eulogy about who they are, they talk about what that person had done. And so that's why we see in the Bible this consistent theme of judgment by works every single time. But many people just want to forget about that, and they want to cite a verse like Ephesians 2:8-9. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not as a result of works, so that no one may boast. And so a lot of people read this verse and they treat this like it's the end of salvation. But it's really talking about the beginning of salvation. And that's why the Bible talks about Christians being saved and how Jesus will save us when He returns. There's a thing out there that people talk about, the difference between a man and a woman when they get married. Men often tend to think that, the wedding day is like the end. He's chased the girl, and the conclusion to chasing the girl is the wedding day. He's accomplished his conquest, if you will. Women look at it totally differently. They look at the wedding day like a beginning instead of an end. And that's really what Ephesians 2:8's about. It's the beginning. It's like the wedding day, and the marriage has just begun. And there's more to the story than just the wedding day. There's more to a marriage than just the wedding day. The marriage is just, or the wedding day, pardon me, is just where the marriage begins. And that's kind of the biggest problem with the way people read Ephesians 2:8-9. The Bible consistently talks about judgment by works. So let's look at some of the passages. The conclusion, when all has been heard, is fear God and keep His commandments, because this is the whole of the man. For God will bring every work into judgment, everything which is hidden, whether it is good or evil. There's quite a few verses in the New Testament talks about everything being brought to light. Every secret thing that any man has ever done will be brought to light. For the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and will then repay every man according to his works.
Oh my goodness. Bro.
Having overlooked the times of ignorance, God is now declaring